Question for today is, am I a Kung Fu master? Based on some experiences that I've had, it started to get me to think about this and why that term might need to be used. And originally, I would say that I would see it as like more of an arrogant term, the word master, and saying like, hey, nobody's a master. Everybody has room for improvement. It's a sign of the lack of humbleness in a person and all that stuff. That's one perspective, but there's another perspective. The perspective is, when you say, am I a Kung Fu master? I could say yes from the perspective of basically saying like, I am the owner. I am the founder of this school. So I created this Kung Fu school. I'm the owner of this Kung Fu school, and nobody else is. I am the CEO. So that's not an arrogant expression. That is a fact. So if you own a company, you're an entrepreneur, then you are the owner. So it's like it's like the martial arts way of saying the owner, the head person, so it's not out of arrogance. It's like somebody who is a father, truly is a father, then you ask him, who's the father? Well, I am the father. That's not an arrogant expression. That's an expression of truth. That's who you are. So I feel that this term might be necessary to be used for a lot of the Westerners, because they have to learn to humble themselves. A lot of these Westerners are coming into these martial arts schools very arrogant themselves, and they think the world revolves around them and everything has to go the way that they want it to go. Everything's all about me, and they don't ever put other people in consideration. So they join a martial arts school and they go into a class thinking that everything should be catered to them. Exactly what they want to do is what the school has to do. They do what they come when they want to come. They come late. They cancel as much as they want to cancel. They wear whatever they want to wear. They treat people how they want to treat them. They disrespect people. They do whatever they want to do. They don't respect any of the students there. They don't respect the teacher. They don't respect the master. They don't respect the sifu. They don't respect authority. They come in there very undisciplined, and they need structure. They need respect, to learn respect for authority, and they need to address the owner of the school as a master, because that's one of the first signs to show that they're trying to learn to humble themselves. They're trying to learn to submit to authority, to respect authority. And it doesn't matter how long they've been there. If they've been there for 10 years or 20 years, it doesn't mean that they're gonna be a master, unless they create their own school. And as far as Kung Fu is concerned, that requires a Chinese background. So when you say a Kung Fu master, it has to be a Chinese person that's saying he's a Kung Fu master. There's no way that I would say that I'm a Japanese master or a karate master, because I'm not Japanese. There's no way that I'm going to say I'm a Taekwondo master, because I'm not Korean. I don't come from those cultures, but my culture is from the Chinese culture. So I could claim that, not just claim, but I am a Kung Fu master, because I am running my own school. It is the school that I created, and it doesn't mean that I'm the best sparrer in the world. It doesn't mean that I'm the most fit in the world. It doesn't mean that I'm the best martial artist in the world. It just is what it is. I am an owner of a Kung Fu school. That's just what it is. It's not out of arrogance. It's just a fact. And that's another way of seeing it. But the thing is, a lot of people can be very much, they could see it the wrong way, and then they could kind of, they can misjudge you and say that, he's a self-proclaimed Kung Fu master, that means he's arrogant. He thinks that he has nothing to improve upon because he thinks he's a master. Oh, look at him. He's not as fit as he can be. Where's his abs, or whatever. Or he doesn't even spar that well, and he's not truly a master. I mean, that's how other people can see that label, and then they can start judging it in the wrong way. So this is something that people have to kind of, they have to come to an understanding that when somebody, from this perspective that I'm talking about, when I'm using the word Kung Fu master, it is not from a stance of arrogance. It is from a stance of fact. I am running this school. I am Chinese, and I do teach Kung Fu, and I am the master of this school, and nobody else is. And if you don't respect that, then you don't need to be in this school. So that's pretty much the other perspective that I think that people have to come to understanding of. They had to come from understanding of why whoever's using these labels of a master, what they actually mean by that label. What do they mean by that label master, and whether or not they're using it the proper way. But I thought about this, and I think a lot of people out there need this type of more very assertive way of structure training in order to reach their potential. Otherwise, they're going to go into the school and they're going to step all over everybody, step all over all the students, step all over the teacher, the master, the sifu, and they will not progress because they're not learning self-discipline. They're not learning respect for authority. They're not learning real Kung Fu. They just go in there, acting as if it's just, have it your way, do whatever they want to do, and then they still call it martial arts, or they still think that they're learning martial arts, but they're not. They're undisciplined. They lack respect. They lack loyalty. They lack commitment. They lacked all the qualities that are required, to develop into a competent martial artist. So, I think that people, should take some time to think about this and reflect upon their journey in the martial arts. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support.